Hello, everybody. My name's Ardendris, and welcome back to Poetry in Purgatory. Last time, we continued on with the main quest things. We went through both the Apex and the Sheol sections of this, and spoke to the voice in the Hall of Deities, rather. And the only thing left to do before you progress into the next main section of the story, which at this point, after this little bit here, should start unlocking side story content. But other than that, we just got some more really fun conversations on the phone. Last episode was literally called I Love This New Feature because I love this new feature. Oh my goodness. This whole Indolesio conversation right here is amazing. He literally, we were asking him where we could find the voice, and he misunderstood and literally started pretending to be the voice. It was awesome. Anyways, that's about where we ended off last time, just getting ready to do the guided tour of Purgatory. I am also recording this episode with a cat in my lap because she wouldn't let me put her on the bed next to me. So, random little noises might just be a cat hanging out and messing with me. But anyways, the voice. Oh yeah, we did also speak with the last few characters we hadn't interacted with so far. Though I think that was just Desdemonia, who hangs out here during the nighttime. But anyways, Isobel, you made it. Your punctuality makes this big sister proud. Are you being sarcastic? Not at all. Did it come across that way? I'm sorry. I'm being entirely sincere. I'm just not used to getting praise, I guess. I know the feeling. But don't worry, I'm being sincere. Keeping time is one of those great qualities I envy in others, since I'm pretty bad at it myself. A deity who has trouble being punctual. I guess now I've really heard everything. So, are you ready for the grand tour? As ready as I can possibly be, I think. Great. Let me tell you about my routine then. Beginning every morning, I welcome new dwellers to Purgatory. All of them? I mean, there must be a lot of dead people coming here. Ah, no. This is where things get a bit interesting. You see, I have a... And this always feels awkward to say out loud because it sounds a bit narcissistic. A gift. What kind of gift? I have a knack for talking to people and making them feel at ease, I guess you could say. It's a bit like feeling the emotions of others. And so I'm pretty good at saying things that put worries to rest, helping our visitors endure their stay as they prepare to one day leave. That's why you're called the Voice? Quite fitting, isn't it? It really is. That explains why I instantly felt calm when meeting her, I suppose. You're like a super psychiatrist. In a way, I suppose. My skill set is useful here in Purgatory because of the trauma associated with dying, with some dwellers being more troubled than others. And the guide, well, he doesn't exactly help them feel any less troubled. Being glared at by a cat. Understandable. Oh, don't fall out of my lap. Oh, careful. This is gonna be difficult. She literally just started sliding out of my lap. Oh no. However, I'm only one person, and because of that, I mainly spend time with those who truly need it. The rest are greeted by the guide. Because he has the ability to be everywhere at once? That's right, he's omnipresent. I'm impressed that you've already managed to piece that together. I mean, he's constantly at the bar and everywhere else too, so it's not that hard to figure out. As expected from my little sister. Thank you. So, do you want me standing here when you're talking to people who's just died? No, no. I'm sure you understand that those talks are very personal, for obvious reasons. Besides, I wouldn't want to bore you. So then... Today's meetings are already over and done with. Then why did you tell me about them? Aren't you interested in what your big sister does for a living? Pun intended. It is interesting to hear about. I thought you'd feel that way. Now we're moving on to the next part of my routine, which is Wellness Patrol. This is where we start dealing with other people and realize that they don't like the voice much. Why are you glaring at me like that? Sounds wholesome. It is. Most of the time, at least. Huh? As the name sort of implies, I visit various places here in Purgatory, making sure that everyone's doing okay. And if not, I do what I can to help you. To help out. Most of the time, I find meeting dwellers to be a positive experience. But there are those that I haven't been able to quite reach. Emotionally, I mean. I'm guessing she means people like Bliss, Apex, and especially Sheol. Everyone's well-being is the most important thing to me. I'll never stop doing my best for every dweller who stays here with us. That's very kind of you. I suppose it might be. But enough of my rambling. Seriously, Isobel, you have to see stop when Big Sister starts going off like this. I like hearing you talk, though. I'm happy to hear that. For today, let's start by visiting Dead Man's Park. I don't know if you've been there already, but it's basically the entertainment area of Purgatory. I designed it to look like a cozy and inviting small city, with restaurants, delightful scenery, and so on. You designed it? So it wasn't here before you became a deity? That's right. Deadman's Park, like a lot of other things I've come up with, was created to make a Purgatory a more pleasant place to stay for humans. The guide's vision of the place is a bit more Spartan compared to mine. You can say that again. The guide's vision of the place is a bit more Spartan compared to mine. I see what you did there. Now, let's go. Quest log updated. Let's see. Follow along with the voice on her wellness patrol. Oh my goodness, I completely forgot to mention a thing, didn't I? This is going up on the 7th, which means that when you're seeing this, this will be available to the public. Either that or it will be in like a few hours, I'm not entirely sure. Well, I'll have to double check that when setting up the description for this. But yeah, the 7th is when this goes public and you can play version 0.2 for yourself, which is kind of fitting considering we might start getting into the new stuff besides the Purgaphone stuff today. So this actually lined up pretty well, didn't it? But anyways, yes, if you want to check out version 0.2, you're now free to do so. I'll think the link is already there to the itch page for this, but I'll double check that as well. But yes, anyways, I meant to mention that at the beginning of the video and completely forgot. But anyways, what a lovely day. It would be even more lovely if we could actually see the sun. Yes, unfortunately there's a massive layer of void surrounding this place, which I haven't been entirely able to get rid of. Yet, I suppose. I can tell it's omnipresent just as much as the void is. as the guide is, rather. Still, it's better than nothing, right? Definitely. Hey, why are you kneading my knee? Stop it. Someday, this place will shine brightly, and then I'll be able to say, all's well that shines well. I've never heard that saying before. That's because I just made it up. Oh, right. That makes sense. Looks like we're about to get some company. Huh? Maximilian, Yolandi, you're looking well today. She remembers our names. I know, right? We are not worthy. They just fell to their knees in front of her. Getting a weird look from the cat now. She really is popular with the locals, huh? Please rise, both of you. No need to treat me like I'm your superior. But, you are our superior. Before you came here, everything was miserable. Miserable like milkshake. Huh? Huh? Miserable like spoiled milkshake. Yes, indeed. And now, we're actually... Dare we say it? We dare. Happy! Exquisitely joyous. Dang it, Yolandi. What are you looking at me for? We were supposed to keep it simple. But 2 syllables aren't enough to properly convey my emotions. ... Oh, you two. My thoughts exactly, like, oh my goodness, you two are something. That loyalty sure is a sight to behold. Sorry, I stopped patting. And well earned. So very well earned. The love you show me is very moving, and I will continue to do my best to live up to that trust. You have it unconditionally, my lady. Forever and ever, my lady. Our lady. Her smile. She's loving this. But is it because she loves seeing them happy, or is it because she loves being worshipped? I want to believe it's the former. Oh, but where are my manners? I entirely forgot to introduce you to each other. I mean, we have already met, but okay. Isobel, these are Maximilian and Yolandi, 2 of our lovely residents. Maximilian and Yolandi, this is Isobel, who is new here in Purgatory. I hope you'll show her the same warmth and compassion that you've always shown me. A new dweller who gets to follow the voice on patrol? She must be very, very special. What are we doing? I'm jealous. Me too. Are you crying? Oh. No, definitely not. Please don't be Please don't be sad, my dear shadows. You know that I do not play favorites. If you say so, my lady. We won't question it, my lady. Our lady. Hello, Isobel. Welcome to Purgatory, Isobel. If you ever want to talk, then we're here for you. I appreciate that, thank you. It's time for our little tour to continue, I'm afraid. Have a wonderful remainder of eternity, my dear friends. Oh, we will. Thank you, we sure we will. Thanks to you, rather. Farewell. Those 2 are special. That went well, right? Absolutely. While many seem happy about how things have improved here, those 2 in particular have always been extra enthusiastic. I can imagine. Ow, careful, cat. Oh, bye. Finally, my lap is free of kittens. I also find them inspiring. Despite being shadows, they've managed to find a true love in the afterlife. So they're a couple? Yeah. I'm sure you noticed that they were quite in sync. Yeah, I did, very much so. They were trying very hard to finish each other's sentences. I thought about making the joke, but decided against it and then accidentally went to make the joke anyways. Whoops. Oopsies. They're so in sync, they're trying to finish each other's sandwiches, to quote Frozen. Anyways, if love is what you seek, then it can be found here. Although, sometimes it's difficult to know where exactly to look. However, there's no better feeling than... Huh? By the hatred of Sonelon, it's you. Sheol. I'd like to say, she definitely knows about finding love in the afterlife. She had two love interests in the previous game. You could cut this tension with a knife. How are you? Wolf in sheep's clothing. She took what was mine by right, and now she's laughing. I'm not laughing. Are you satisfied by his side, pretender? Do you sleep well on pillows stuffed with feathers from those you have wronged? I'd never... Isobel. Huh? It's... disappointing, seeing you next to the snake. Well, from what she said, I take it you've already met. Just briefly. Don't worry, I won't judge you. She has her reasons for hating me, you see. All I can try to do is win her over, one day at a time. I assume that hasn't gone too well so far. Right. I knew Sheol didn't like the voice, but that was cold. I can't imagine what could have happened between the two of them. I think this just about wraps up our stay in the park. Next up is the Purgatory, which is our general store. Yeah, I know. I've already met Apex, too. Wow, you sure get around. I'm beginning to think that this little tour is no use to you. A refresher is always useful. Well, it's great spending time with you regardless. Little sister, that's so sweet of you. Reassuring me like that, it almost makes me tear up a bit. Let's move on, shall we? If nothing else, we may be able to assist a dweller or two in their trade decisions. Sounds great. Let's go. Oh, there's no one here? Strange. It's opening. It should be business hours. Where's Apex at? It's about as empty as the other times I've been here, actually. Really? Huh? Can we please talk about this later? I really need to tend to my customers. Do you hear that, Isobel? Yeah, someone's talking. I knew it! There were customers. Please excuse the wait. I needed to, de-gauze the nuclear rubidium casing. Still no idea what you're talking about. Ah, Isobel. And, the voice! Did you come for your set of restored movie reels? Again with the movies? You know me all too well, Apex. And And while I didn't come here for that reason, I'll gladly accept them, of course. What would you like in return?
It's on the house. Just working on these things it is its own reward.
Wow, words are hard.
Such fascinating technology. It's basically primeval in its lack of sophistication.
I'm sure they would appear that way for someone like you, given the world you're used to. What are you talking about? What world? I think we already got told that he was from a different world already when we spoke to him specifically, but I suppose just in case we hadn't done that.
Let's not go down that route with so little time left until closing, huh?
It's the middle of the day, though.
Still.
I am really curious about this. I'm kind of glad that Apex got the route, because I want to learn more about that. Apex, I hope you don't mind me asking, but it sounded like you were having a discussion with someone when we came in.
You must have heard wrong. I'm the one here, after all. Maybe it was the wind.
Must have been the wind. The wind, really? I'm quite sure I didn't mishear.
With all due respect, you're called the voice, not, the hearing.
You're right, I suppose. Forgive us for bringing us up. Forgive us for bringing it up. Blah, I cannot speak today. Why are you including me? I didn't say anything. What kind of sister would I be if I didn't include you?
You two are related?
I'd explain what she means, but it is almost time to close down the store, so...
Touché.
Oh my goodness, I love the character interactions in this game so much. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Am I interrupting your round of insufferable pleasantries? Yes, you are.
Good. That was a weird one. That wasn't really the right voice.
I see you've decided to bring Miss Salvie along as well. How excruciatingly foreboding. What? Mr. Melioda.
My lord.
Why haven't you delivered the thing I requested yet? Has the premier Purgatory artisan lost his touch?
I began to work on it, but then I noticed a control malfunction in the nanowave quantum shift core booster. I needed to fix the containment splitter and...
Silence. Enough of your excuses. When I granted you the immeasurable honor of opening this establishment in my realm, you gave me your word that you'd... Suddenly, I'm reminded that there are prying ears present. Then maybe you shouldn't have barged in on someone else's conversation. Easy now, my dear partner. We shouldn't tussle in front of the children, after all. As for you, Mr. Melioda, you're running out of time. And if you fail to meet this particular deadline, the Purgastore will have to be temporarily closed. On account of its owner being on a company retreat to the box.
I'll finish it. Don't worry.
I am never worried. How is he going to finish fixing it if he's in the box, though, guide? Like, think about your threats a little bit more, please. Toodles, everyone. Are you alright, Apex?
I'm fine. Thanks for the concern. This is all my own fault. He's right. I failed to live up to the promises I made when he gave me all this. But I'll do better from now on. For the guide, for myself, and most importantly, for this store. That's an Apex guarantee.
Your store is more important than you?
Hmm. ... Much more important.
We're done here for today, Isobel. But aren't we supposed to help him out? We're supposed to help him out? I know what you meant. I said we're done here for today. Uh, right. Bye, Apex. He's begun working on something. It's like he doesn't even hear me. And next stop is the Ouroboros Bar. I'm sure you're familiar with that location as well. Sure am. ... Is she angry with me? Shut up. The sudden sudden quiet after the guide left is, kind of, I don't know, what's the right word for it? Like, the sudden lack of music or any noise is, getting to me a little bit. Which feels purposeful with, like, the vague threats and everything going on with the deities here. The silence is deafening. That's what I'm trying to get at. I think that's the expression I wanted to use. Let's sit down for a moment, Isobel. All right. Have I done something wrong? Mm, listen to me. You must never question me in front of the dwellers. Ever. It's my fault too. I should have been more clear. But it's very important that they trust me. I can't have that compromised by some girl who... Some girl, huh? What happened to Sister? I'm sorry, that came out wrong. I may be a deity now, but I'm still under a lot of stress. I know that might not be very, deity-ish of me. But please keep in mind, I'm new at this. I'm still figuring it out, and sometimes I wonder if it's even real at all. I keep thinking, maybe it's all a dream. I know that feeling. I'm sorry for lashing out at you, and I sincerely regret if I made this little tour less valuable for you because of that. Valuable? Don't worry, I learned quite a few things from it. I'm glad I went with you. That's good to hear. Uh, with everything you've seen today, I'm sure you have questions. Mm, please, go ahead and ask them. There's the music back, after we've, gotten over some emotional bits. When did you become a deity, and why, and how? Take it easy, Isobel, one question at a time. Time flows strangely here in Purgatory, so I'm not so sure about the when. However, I'm convinced that I've been a dweller longer than I've been a deity. The why is definitely interesting. I suppose I've always wanted to make people feel better, and when I first came here, I was lost and confused, like most new arrivals. Then someone precious found me and helped out a lot. She was selfless, kind, and very inspiring. I want to be that for others, in the same way she was for me. Much later, an opportunity presented itself. And here I am. Oh, yes, you are, Nipperkin. Wow. So, does that mean that any dweller could become a deity? In theory, I mean. Mm, possibly? The how of it all is unclear. I know the guy turned me into this, but I don't know how he did it. And let me guess, he refuses to tell you. Bingo. The box seems like a very cruel way to treat someone. Very much so. Could you ask the guide to, well, stop it? I've tried many times. It's one area where he refuses to budge, though. I'm very sorry. I see. According to him, it has some sort of purpose. But I fail to see it. When I was still a dweller, several of my friends were subjected to it, and... Let's talk about something less depressing, shall we? Do you know what the guide wants Apex to make for him? No idea. That was a very quick answer. I wonder if she's hiding something. Something less depressing. Why does one of the dwellers hate you so much? Why does she all hate you so much? You seem to know her a bit already, Isobel. Isn't it better if you ask her for yourself? I guess I could, but... After all, it would be unfair of me to present my side without her here to defend herself. She's entitled to her opinion of me. And she owns the right to decide if you should know about it or not. Seems like a complicated way of saying I don't want to talk about that. What's the difference between dwellers and shadows? The classic question. Sadly, I'm not sure. Even you don't know? I may be a deity, but Purgatory? Purgatory is still the guide's world. If there's something he doesn't want me to know, chances are that I sadly won't find out about it. Every time I've asked, the answer has been vague at best. But I do know that they're both technically dwellers, since they live here regardless of being shadows or not. Besides that, though, it's a lot of conjecture. It feels like they're missing something, though, doesn't it? You mean besides, well, human features? Yeah, something deeper. Hopefully we'll find out someday, huh? Yet another mysterious part of this place. Big surprise. The guide sure seems to have a lot of secrets. I think I'm out of questions for now. Uh-huh. Then, could I ask you something? It's something that's been stuck on my mind, actually. When you first arrived here, you weren't alone. The person who came with you, what was their name? I really don't want to lie, but... then again, the guide will probably tell her about Volumnius's identity sooner or later anyway, since they seem to know each other. So it should be fine to share this information, right? His name is Volumnius. Oh... Are you sure? Did he wear glasses? Did he have pale skin and bright hair? Is he... why was he with you? First off, yes to all your questions. And he was with me because he works for God. Thank you, Isobel, for answering me honestly. You are a good person. You're welcome. I believe that's the end of our little tour. It's just as well. We both probably have things to think about. Oh, you're probably right. Have a wonderful remainder of eternity, sis. I'll see you around. Bye, voice. She sure had an interesting reaction just now. It's obvious that she also knows Volumnius. If so, is Remm aware of it too? How is all of this connected? New messaging coming. Yay. I'm really sorry if I made things weird today. As a deity, I should probably be more infallible. Maybe it sounds strange, but I keep forgetting that I'm not human anymore. So I do these human things, like dumb things. Sorry for writing so many dots like this. I don't know why I'm doing it. My goodness, I love this thing. I guess I'm trying to make things less awkward. Ramble, ramble, ramble. It's okay, sis. Remembering your humanity isn't a bad thing. Smile. And thanks for replying, sis. It means a lot to me. Ew. It's been another eventful day in the afterlife for sure. Not much use sticking around here now, I suppose. Maybe I should reflect on things in my room. Mysterious shadow. ... Quest log updated. Go back to your room and reflect. Everything else is reveal more of Isabel's memories by progressing. Main stories, nothing new here just yet. Welcome back, miss. It's fortunate that you came by, because I realized that I forgot to ask you about something quite important. Are you saying that you just forgot another thing? Allow me to bow my head in shame as I awkwardly move past this part of the conversation. It's about your privacy settings. Thanks to a revolutionary method, pioneered by yours truly, you are able to decide whether or not to allow others to visit you. If you allow it, then you might hear an occasional knock on the door, you popular person you. And if you don't allow it, then you'll be left perpetually alone. Is the revolutionary method that you either say yes or no when someone wants to see another person? Yes it is. So what will it be? I guess I'm fine with visitors, as long as you're not letting any psychopaths through. I can't promise that, miss. I meant, please don't let dangerous people to my door. Does that make things clearer for you? Oh! Ah, yes, you're referring to door-to-door vacuum salesmen, for example. What? Just lead me to my room, please. Indolesio. I guess I'll have to risk strange guests in the name of having a social life here. A splendid decision, miss. Indolesio obviously means well, but sometimes he's just too much. Honestly, it's not like I'm hard to understand, am I? It doesn't matter much anyway. I mean, who would even want to visit... ... Seriously? Who is it? Hey man, it's Bliss. You up? Shadow Bro led me to your room, so... Oh, also, he asked me if I was planning to sell you vacuums. I don't know what that's all about. Just ignore that, please. Indolesio is just being Indolesio. Let me get the door. We meet a man. We meet again, man. Blah. So it seems. Man, this place is very pink. Didn't take you for such a girly girl. I just happen to like the color. Besides, you're the one wearing a crop top. Not exactly the manliest of clothing now, is it?
Hey man, there's nothing more manly than being secure in your femininity.
What? I guess that's a good point.
Point advantage, me.
I didn't realize we were competing.
The rat race never ends, Isobel, even in death.
Huh?
So, question. What's this I hear about you being all friendly with the guide's girl?
Huh?
Well, word on the streets is that you spent all day with her.
Well, first off, I don't think they're a couple.
You get what I mean.
Uh, do you have a problem with me spending time with her? I didn't realize I had to ask for your permission.
All right, calm down. I didn't mean it like that. I'm just worried about you, man. I've been here longer than you. I've seen more things. I don't want anyone I care about to be in danger, that's all.
Well, that ship has already sailed because the reason God sent me here already puts me in a lot of danger. So...
Dot, 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 dot. Huh? Dot, dot, dot.
Oh no, dang it. I wasn't supposed to say that. You and your big mouth, Isobel. You are the shame of the Salvie name.
Could you run what you just said by me one more time? God sent you here? As in Remm, the ruler of heaven?
Dang it. This is bad. Please, you can't tell anyone or else I'll...
The way I see it, you're very lucky that I'm the one you told. Otherwise, the guide would be getting ready to pulverize your pink-loving self the moment you leave through that door.
Tell me something I don't know.
Man, on a mission from God herself, huh? You're a lucky girl, Isobel. You still have a chance to return there.
I didn't say that.
I'm not an idiot, man. God is obviously offering you some kind of reward. What else could it be besides getting you to go back to that place?
Bliss.
So, what's the mission?
What's with the big smile?
Because I get to help you out, of course. Finally a chance to pay you back for saving Juliet.
You want to help me?
Duh! What do you need done?
I don't know if it's safe to say. I mean, the god's omnipresence, can't he still hear us talking?
Haven't you noticed? Much like our phones, the runes are immune to his prying. The way I hear it, he used to be able to teleport right inside someone's place, but the voice put a stop to that in the name of privacy and decency. I'm still not a fan of her, but credit where credit is due. That was a solid improvement. The fear of waking up and having him standing there, staring you down, the thought of it could send shivers down anyone's spine, man. Unless you're Sheol, I guess.
Doesn't she dislike the guide? I think we've already been proven that her feelings are complicated.
Aren't love and hate just different sides of the same coin?
I mean, it is a fairly fine line, sometimes.
Anyway, enough sidestepping the important stuff. Let me in on the details, man.
Well, alright. I guess it's too late to go back now. God told me to find out what's wrong in Purgatory.
And...
that's it.
That's all you got.
Yeah.
We have a bigger chance of finding a tar pick in the Pacific Ocean, man. I mean, everything is wrong here, in a way. Where to even start?
Don't you think I've thought about that? I have no idea what to do. And you're not helping at all, man.
Okay, wait. Actually, I'm willing to bet my sweet rainbow hair that the deities are involved.
I've been thinking that too.
I mean, if it's big enough to even cause God to notice that something's off, the scale of it can't be any smaller, right?
Right.
Then it's obvious what we need to do, man. We have to infiltrate the Hall of Deities.
That sounds extremely dangerous. What happened to you being afraid of the guide?
I still am, man. But the stakes just got so much greater. I just can't leave a good friend in a pickle like this without it helping out. I don't want things to go down like they did at the bar the other night. So, do we have a plan?
We're moving forward a bit fast. What if we get put in the box? If something goes wrong, at least we'll be together.
Dang straight. We'll have each other's backs. It's going to be a cakewalk. Besides, man, you said it yourself. You've been thinking about it too, right? It must be the deities. And if they're hiding something, it has to be in there. I mean, it's their HQ, so it only makes sense.
Fine, let's say we do this. How would it even work? The guide is everywhere all at once, isn't he?
Maybe, but he still can't detect us. It's gonna be a sneaky operation, man.
And you're sure that being sneaky is enough?
Hopefully. We should be able to blend in with the surroundings if we play our cards right. Just as long as you don't wear pink.
Hey! Hold on, we're always wearing pink. We don't change clothes.
It goes without saying that we should do this at night. So let's meet in the Hall of Deities at that time, alright?
Okay.
We'll blow this story wide open, man. And then God will be extremely thankful, don't you think?
I hope so.
Great. See you soon, man.
Alright. Bye, Bliss. This confidence of his. He's like another person all of a sudden. He says it's about helping me, but I have a hard time believing that's all there is to it, especially knowing that he's from heaven too. I'm still not sure about this, but what other options do I have? It's not like I'm going to find anything out by just existing after all. And the more time things take, the closer the guide gets to possibly finding out about me. Well, time for some much-needed rest. Maybe some reflection will help me prepare for what's about to happen. What's time? Yeah, we'll do the reflection thing and then I'll end off. Am I making a huge mistake? Quest log updated. We'll do this one last little thing. A memory from long ago enters your mind, and you start to reflect. You and your best friend are playing a round of dice. You love being with him because he lets you be you. Sometimes it feels like he's the only person in the world who understands you. It's my turn, he says, throwing a trio of ivory cubes with full force into the corner of your room. He's so strong, you think to yourself, just before all three of them stop in an instant. Oh wow, another 666, he says contentedly. I'm really good at this. You're entranced by his sudden outburst of confidence. If throwing cubes were an art, he'd be the prodigy to end all prodigies. Suddenly, your father bursts through the door, his arrival signaling that the fun is about to end. What's that noise? He screams, with an intensity strong enough to reanimate the dead. We're just playing, you answer meekly. He was always scary, but since Mother died, he's become even more so. He stares at you blankly, as if you're speaking in a language which he doesn't understand. I don't know what to do with you. I don't know what to do with you, Isobel. His angry demeanor gives way to concern. I just don't know. You look away from him, concealing a single tear, which acts as evidence of how hurtful his words are. Good thing we're about to finish up. Discord just started going crazy. Your best friend smiles at you. Don't worry, he hugs you. We'll always have each other. Strangely, your father doesn't acknowledge him. Rise and shine, myself. Tonight I'm meeting Bliss at the Hall of Deities. New message incoming. Ooh.
Having second thoughts yet? I totally get if you do.
Of course I'm having second thoughts. Well,
man, you know what they say. It's better to burn out than to fade away.
I'd rather do neither of those things.
Don't worry, I've got your back.
I'd better get ready. Quest log updated. Main story, infiltrate the Hall of Deities. I think... Oops. Go back. I'm fairly certain this is the last main story thing before the side stories get unlocked. Like, if I remember correctly, we have to skip straight to this. There's nothing new changed. This will be the last little story bit, and then the real stuff will change. Anyways, that's where we're going to end off for today. If you want to check out the full 0.2 version for yourself, the full release is... The public release is finally here. Or it will be soon enough. But anyways, I want to thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed as much as I have. And I hope to see you next time. So, without further ado, take care, everybody.